Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus. Welcome, I'm David. This is Warriors of Light Astro Tarot, and I'm doing a love, romance, and relationship read. This is a quickie special read for the weekend of the 15th of July, guys, using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck, if you give a darn. Bottom of the deck here, we have the Nine of Cups. Kind of thinking like this is the bottom of the deck that's going to hopefully be like the outcome. But I gotta say, it's a little bit of a rough reading. This isn't a happy ending reading. But I think it's important and hopefully helpful. Let me know, Virgo. But, like a good Virgo, you're doing the work here with the Eight of Pentacles. Always a good card, always positive card. I get the sense with this reading, Virgo, let me know if this resonates. Because, for one thing, you could maybe not even know this, but, you could be in a relationship where you're doing, I want to say 95%, not 95% of the work, but 195% of the work. Like, they're almost putting nothing into it, but you're kind of making it work because you're doing everything. I've been there. So now with advice being the death cards, kind of why I say what I'm saying, it's like you've got to let something go, It's like a Pluto transit, best advice is, don't resist. Go ahead and let the transformation go through. Try to understand how you're transforming. I'm going to think it's around love, because with the Nine of Cups here, I said being maybe an ultimate outcome. And I think it's kind of, I'm going to say it's also clarifying your outcome of the Two of Swords, okay? It's like, imagine if all of this energy that you're putting into kind of holding this relationship together was put into yourself. Because the Nine of Cups, that's the self. That's being emotionally fulfilled within ourselves, okay? And it's like the prerequisite to the Ten of Cups, right? Because once you get that Nine of Cups, then you just need one more cup, which is someone offering their cup of love, right? Ideally. So now with the advice from Spirit being the Queen of Swords here, the Justice card here, you see the scales here. It's pretty clear. It could be the Queen of Swords too. But it kind of has that connotation here too with the Queen of Swords, with the way she's holding this sword here. And, it could be the end of a marriage. Like maybe this is a marriage you're holding on to here. But pretty much what this is saying, being the advice from Spirit, is the scales, you got to see if these scales are not equaling. Now, I can tell you right now, it's not equaling. And so you've got to bring things into balance. And the only way to do that is to get into this Two of Swords energy, which I think you've kind of been avoiding, by just sort of not dealing with things. That's kind of how you keep a relationship going and do 200% of the work yourself to do it, is by ignoring a whole lot of stuff, because that's what's doing here. And it also has to do with a harsh choice, And the advice is you're going to bring this sword down. And I think what it's saying is you're going to end this relationship. And maybe, again, that's the transformation of how you end up in this Nine of Cups energy. So the only way to get to there, which, believe me, you want to be in that Nine of Cups, is through here, through dealing with this, right? And probably what this represents is, I'm guessing, leave me a comment, the last thing in the world you probably want to do is have this conversation and kind of bring the sword down on this partner who's, let's think of it like this, guys. I've been there. You're not losing much. Once it's gone and you really kind of get into this Nine of Cups energy where you're grooving and being comfortable in yourself emotionally, you're going to realize, like, man, for all I put into that, I really wasn't getting all that much. Now that I have some distance from it to see. So let me know what you think of that, guys. Thank you.